Kazi in the way.
This is a work in progress story. I started it Thursday. I ran through it a few times, then I realized, oh, this is longer than 5 minutes. I'm going to cut this stuff out. But I was asked to share what affects my worldview. And I was making a long list, and I realized there were 2 categories that came up. What affect my inner world, and then my outer world. So inner world meaning my thoughts, how I view myself, how I motivate myself, what are the things that I'm working towards. So what affected that inner world? And then there's the outer world of how I see and view people and the things outside of myself. So the first thing that I realized affected my inner world began at birth. My mother suffered from postpartum depression, and that just kicked off a long journey of her getting sick and having medicine that just compounded her illness. And over time, I realized, looking at pictures of her when she was younger and looking at pictures when she was older before she passed away, I feel like she was probably unrecognizable to herself. And when I looked at her, I'm like, wow, she really looked different. Like, she didn't look how she grew up and looking and things of that nature. So as I was growing up, I realized there were 3 things that really affected how I see my inner world and how my inner world was shaped. The first one being, I didn't know how to dress like a girl. Like, I never was taught how to dress like a girl. I never knew, or I didn't know how to take care of myself as a woman. And then the last one was, how to see the beauty in myself and other women. So the first thing of how to dress like a girl. So as I mentioned, my mother passed away. I was 10 years old, and I grew up with my brother and my father in the household. And I realized when I was writing this, the household I grew up in was very similar to the household my father grew up in. 1 female, his mother, 4 brothers, and his father. So for me, I grew up 1 female, myself, my brother, and my father. And his Caribbean background made him a very interesting person as far as having a particular desire for physical appearance and health. And as I was growing up, I ate my emotions, so I was overweight. I was active because I was trying to work off that extra weight, play sports, things of that nature. But as I grew up, I was focused more on helping my mother and doing things with her and just being active at school. When my father had a girlfriend, I was like, okay, this is my opportunity. I'm going to learn how to dress like a girl. So one day I got my hair done, I went to the hairdresser. She was supposed to come pick me up, and then we were going to go shopping because I saved some money. She never came. I was like, I thought this was it. What are we doing? So I'm going through trying to figure out, okay, how do I dress like a girl? Look at some YouTube videos. What do we do? Put on some shoes, some heels. But over time, I've just been trying to develop my style, my comfortability in clothes without that motherly influence that I so desire. The second thing was how I take care of myself. Now, people say that if you want to hear God laugh, make it plain. I don't know how I want to phrase this one, but my mother passed away in January. I turned 11 in March. Sometime after that, my menstrual cycle started. And I was like, wait a second, God, how are we going to do this right now? I don't know what to do about this situation. So I had a few aunts that helped out, but I remember vividly, unfortunately, having to ask my father to give pads and things of that nature, the sanitary products, and then wrapping too much toilet paper to make a fake pad. I was like, let me see how to make this work. So over the years, just trying to understand with some influences from my family members of how to take care of myself better. And just having those thoughts of just, okay, what do we do? Bras, shaving, things of that nature. Y'all women know. Y'all men might not, but the women know. And then the last thing of seeing the beauty within the world, it took a little while. It took a little while to really appreciate the beauty I have for myself and the beauty I see in other women. But it's been an interesting journey, and I realized those are the main things that shape my inner world. So the things that I focus my energy on, my thoughts and my experiences, as I think about the other many things that shape my inner world as well as the outer world. Thank you for your time today.